What's up, everybody? Hero13 here, back with yet another video. So this video is going to be, kick my slipper. This is a viewer requested video. A viewer requested for me to do a video. If Superman and Sentry went to the world of One Punch Man, how would they change things? How would they, what kind of changes would happen, right? So I'm going to do my best to answer this, right? Now, at the time of this recording, I only really know from, the beginning of One Punch Man to the end of the Monster Association arc, when they invade them, when the heroes invade the Monster Association. So let's put it like this, right? We're going to use the movie versions because they're more toned down, and that's only fair. But you'll see why that's important. And I know I have pictures of dceu Superman up here. He was just closer on my camera roll. I'm counting dceu Superman if we're being entirely honest. So dceu Superman and MCU Sentry. Well, short, sweet, to the point. The Monster Association arc never happens. It doesn't go down, right? So I don't think these guys would fight Saitama either, because Saitama's not Goku. He wouldn't just seek out a strong opponent just to fight them. Saitama would become aware of them, but that's all. You might see Superman and Sentry try to find a way back to their homes, but the fact that they come from different universes already, Sentry Marvel, Superman DC, that's going to be a hard task. So let's just say they can't get back. They got to make a life there. Well, they're going to do what they know. Use their powers to go be heroes. Sentry is going to be interesting because he actually has telekinetic and telepathic abilities as well as energy manipulation. And he's probably going to have some form of matter manipulation as well. But that's yet to be seen in the movies. So Tatsumaki might be a little interested in him and Fubuki. And actually, as Superman and Sentry are rising up the ranks, Fubuki might try to target them, but that wouldn't end well. And they actually might hurt Fubuki, and they might go into a fight with Tatsumaki. I think either of these guys could beat her, though. I mean, she's a powerful telekinetic, but she just can't really hurt them, right? Superman and Sentry at some point would become aware of the Monster Association from all the monster attacks. And I think they just go ahead and just outright eliminate the monsters. Like how we see Superman flying around his city to save the when there's like a problem in the DC universe, like in the Flash movie, we saw Superman handling like a collapsing island or something. So Superman he would take orders, he would follow the law, but he wouldn't really care too much for the whole politics and the formalities of the superhero world and like the superhero administrations. I think he would just be a hero. I don't think they would like the actual other heroes, because a lot of especially the lower rank heroes, they're arrogant, they're bullies. Like, there's the whole thing with rookie crushing. So Superman might try to reform the system. I do think Superman and Sentry would stick together, because they would both realize, hey, we're both in this together. We both got sent from another world, yada, yada, yada. So, there's other organizations like the Psychic Organization and the Machine Organization and all that, but we're just going to focus on the Monster Association, right? Well, Superman and Sentry, I see them invading the underground lair of the monsters, and personally, I think they could solo the monsters. Superman, Sentry, that's my slipper, let me move that out the way. Superman and Sentry, they have far greater strength than any of the other heroes. Probably not One Punch Man, but Superman and Sentry, even still, Sentry's strong enough to, Sentry has greater strength than Captain Marvel, who could blast a hole through a planet. That's already better than anything any of the monsters can do, in my opinion. Right? Then you got Superman, who has continental levels of strength. Both of them are at least close to the speed of light. I know it's never been stated for Sentry, but he's stated to be better than Thor and Captain Marvel and Vision combined. So he has to have at least that level of speed, of strength, speed, and durability. So if you want to lowball him, you can say he's equivalent to Captain Marvel, but he's definitely above that. Right. And I know it was promotional material, but it was material from the directors and the people involved with, making Sentry and his powers in the movie. So But yeah, that's really the only change that I know of. I do think Garou would still become a monster because he would still be fighting. Well, actually, no, they would hear about the Hero Hunter. They might go after Garou. Okay, so I think they'd wipe out the Monster Association and then go after Garou. Now, how that ends, I don't know. Because if they depending on when they wipe out the Monster Association, because if they wipe out the Monster Association, okay, if they wipe out the Monster Association before the whole World Tournament thing, that's going to prevent Garou from becoming a monster because Garou won't be beaten up as bad by banging them, and he would be taken in. But if they don't do it before then, I think Garou would still become a monster, and then he would go on to Rampage. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can pretty much guess from here. Hope this, to the viewer who requested this, hope you enjoyed the little video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Hero 310. I'll see you all next time. Superman and Sentry would be a really good team, though.